Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Testing. Can you hear me? Okay ba yung sound ko, Sisi Koy? Hello, Kenny Conjo. Can you hear me? Is my audio good? Okay, thank you so much. Check out your email, Kenny, please. Good evening, guys. Tonight we have a serious topic to talk about, and I know everybody is aware of this. Yeah, because I went to visit that one that commented. I went to her live stream, and I think people came to check it out. Is it okay now? Yeah, I went it to mute like earlier because I talked with this little friend of mine, still awake. Please check your email. Hello, Robert Jabor. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. I put it mute earlier. Sorry, I can show up on the camera because my room now is in dark. The light is already switched off because I'm trying to put this little friend of mine to bed. I hope she don't mind all the noise. Hello, JB Vlogs. Mega love shout out, baby loves. How are you doing? Are you still at home or you're out already? Do you want to come up the panel, JB Vlogs? Just let me know. So, how are you doing, guys? I hope everybody's doing great. Lovely Rita, thank you so much, Sisi, sa pagpupuyat. Loko loko. Don't make me thumb up your panel or you will lose subscriber. Why did you say so? Yeah, lovely Rita, it's late. And I appreciate her pagpupuyat. Where are you now, baby loves? Are you still at home or you're out already? Guys, let's welcome the visitor. Mr. Kenny Conjo is on the house. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Kenny.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me, Max?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out why this microphone isn't working with this laptop. Let me try another headphone. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold
Okay,
on.
okay. Campanaryong Kalembang, thank you so much for being here. Oh, you're in bed already, JB.
Now, how does this sound?
Yeah, it's good. Good.
It's good. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming through. All of those that came in already and hit the like button, and I appreciate you all supporting the stream. That's the first thing. That's the rest. One of the first things I like to say is thank everyone for coming in and supporting the stream, supporting Mad's blogs. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. All right. So that's the first thing. So talk to me, Matt.
Okay, so
You got really quiet. I was like, okay, talk to me.
I told you, I'm timid.
You timid? Well, I mean, we all can be timid, especially when it's our own live stream or when we're not used to talking in front of people. But somehow you got to get over the being afraid or the fear of that. I will tell you this though. I don't know if everybody's been watching the news. I mean, if you haven't, you really should be watching current events of what's going on. And of course, if you've been in my premiere, then you already know that I've done something. I did something on the Afghanistan situation. But since that
Yes.
situation, with what I've done on the actual Afghanistan situation, it's gotten way worse. Things have escalated. I mean, as you've heard, there was an actual bombing at the airport,
Yeah.
Kabul at the Kabul airport, and I can tell you that was a devastating incident that happened. Many people lost their lives, including my comrades, because I'm a military veteran. Salute to them and all of their families. Rest in peace to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they paid the ultimate sacrifice. But rest in peace to them, the 13 soldiers that actually died in the Marine Corps. So the thing is, we know that this situation is not going to get any better from here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're here to talk about. Now, I will tell you, I have a lot of experience in Afghanistan. I was there for 9 months. I was in
Mm-hmm.
Kandahar and Bagram. Bagram is closer to Kabul, and they ended up getting out of there. They ended up taking the troops out of there. Now, some have questioned why is it that they took the troops out of there. I think they thought there was a situation that should not have happened. People thought that maybe they should have left the troops there because things wouldn't be as bad as they are now. But that's neither here or there with me. But I know that there was an officer. I don't know if you know that it was a Marine officer, a lieutenant colonel, that just spoke up his mind about the whole situation. And guess what happened? They relieved him of his duty. Because one thing I will tell you is that when you are a military officer or you in the military, you can't speak bad against your commanding officers, no matter if you disagree or agree with them. So if you disagree with them, you have to unfortunately you have to keep that to yourself, in the sense that you can't let that stuff get out to the media, especially when you're in a leadership position,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of course it looks like you're undermining your leadership. And of course you swear, you sign a contract and you swear to uphold the laws of your commander in chief. And so that being said, he made some remarks about the whole situation, and they relieved him of his duty. Now, where he goes from here, I don't know, but we'll see. Let's shout out to people. We got Princess Lynn, Lovely Rita, Robert Trevor, JB Vlogs in the chat. Who else? Who else we got?
Yeah, and it's really heartbreaking to see all these people suffering, these innocent children. They're suffering this kind of thing in their young age.
Yeah, I really, if you really think about it, I especially am concerned about the women, and little girls. And that being said, I'm a father, so I definitely can sympathize with their situation over there, because the simple fact that it's being reported that the Taliban is forcing marriage on these women and little girls, and of course not only marriage but the sex on them. So basically, they're pretty much committing the ultimate assault on women, which is the word rape. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about. They're forcing sex on the women that haven't consented to doing anything. But what are they going to be able to do? Because if they don't do what they told, if they don't do anything, or if they don't follow the rules, they're just going to kill them. That's it. So it's a bad situation for the females over there. More than the men, it's definitely worse for the females. It's a hell. It's a hell that you definitely would never want to be in. I will say that. And I was over in Afghanistan, and I tell you, it was nothing nice. So
Yeah, I heard that I watched an interview with these sisters, and they said they would rather sexy slave rather than being married to this Taliban.
was that?
They would rather be a sexy slave to Taliban rather than being married to this guy. To this guy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, that whole situation. I mean, anything I would say is that the situation from here on out is just going to get worse. And they're saying that the first deadline that was proposed was they were supposed to get out of there on August the 31st. I don't know if that's going to happen, and especially right now with what's going on over there. So I think they're going to extend the deadline for them to actually leave. I don't see where they can possibly be, um, staying late. I mean, staying. I mean, I don't see where they're going to be leaving on time. That's what I'm saying. I don't see that they're going to be leaving on August 31st as it was proposed before. I think that it's going to be them leaving a lot later than
Mhm.
expected.
Yeah,
You know, that's what I would
and
say.
because there's still a lot of people there really desperate to escape that
Oh,
horror.
absolutely.
And the thing now is they know there's a lot of people over on the airport, and now it's their target of bombing, which is really so devastating.
See, here's what people don't understand too: is they tend to think that this war is only in the locale of Afghanistan or in the locale of Iraq or Iran or what have you, or those areas, those Middle Eastern areas. But what they don't understand is that these particular cells are everywhere. They have cells. These Taliban cells, these ISIS cells are everywhere, all over the world. So you think they're just going to be striking in Afghanistan? You're mistakenly wrong. Guarantee you that they will be striking in other places where you think not, where people are very comfortable. They think they're comfortable. They think that nothing's going to happen to them. They can touch you anywhere, and that's what people have to understand. Don't think you're comfortable just because you're in a nice suburban area of the United States, or you might be in a nice first world country like a Germany or Sweden or wherever you might think you're safe and everything, but hey, you got to realize that these cells are everywhere. And trust me and believe me, they're going to strike when people are least expecting it, because people are going to be too comfortable, too relaxed, too not paying attention, and that's when they strike. It happens all the time. So at this point, people better stop thinking that just because they're in a first world country, I don't care if you're in Hong Kong or wherever, that these terrorist cells can't strike you, because they can definitely strike you anywhere at any time. So don't get too relaxed. Don't get too complacent, because once you do that, that's the time you get caught in that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
shout out to Shaman that just came in the chat. I appreciate you coming.
Yes. Thank you so much, Shaman, for being here. If you want to
Shaman,
come up the
I wish Shaman would come
panel,
up, because Shaman was also he's an Air Force veteran just
Shaman.
like myself. So it
Yeah.
would be nice to hear what he would say about the whole situation. That would be something I would like to hear
Shaman,
myself if he would like to join. But I'm just saying.
if
I mean,
you want to
I
come up
don't know if
the
he was in
panel.
Afghanistan like me, but he might have been. He might have been. If he was, I'm pretty sure he can add a lot to this conversation. But
Yes, Robert Tribore have a lot of died already, 117,000.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, Germany right now hosting a lot of people on Ramstein Air Force Base. That was one of my bases I was stationed at, and that base is a big base, but it's not but so big. And right now they're hosting so many of those refugees. I can tell you that the problem of Germany is that they already have so many refugees already in the country, and
Yes.
a lot of sentiment. Because you remember, I don't know if you know that, but I was living in Germany for 9 years, so I can tell you I was in Germany, and they were starting to have a certain idea about these refugees. They were not necessarily welcoming too many more of them, because it got to the point where some things were happening with the refugees that were there, like an incident in
Mm-hmm.
Cologne. I don't know if anyone heard about that, but on New Year's in Cologne, and I was actually there in Cologne at that time in Germany, there was an incident where on New Year's, a bunch of women got raped in the street by by third world, or people that were not from Germany. And it was all over the news, man, how they were just women were just getting groped, and people were just raping
Mm-hmm.
women right in the middle of the street. And it's crazy that happened. This was on New Year's. But you can look it up for yourself. If you don't believe me, look it up. Cologne, Germany, New Year's incident with all of these women, where they were actually just doing this kind of stuff. And these were all like refugees from other places. So, I mean,
And
it's pretty crazy. Hey, what's up, Gene Sinara? Appreciate you coming through. I thought you would be sleeping. I really appreciate you coming through.
thank you so much for being here. And I heard that in Germany, even just like they have also these Indian refugees. It's like staying there for how many years already, but still they don't have these proper documents.
Yeah. And just like I have a lot of German friends, they would talk about how a lot of the refugees weren't really contributing to the actual economy. They were taking advantage of the social system there, because Germany has a very lenient social system, as far as work and how they pay you, and house you, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them were being, given a lot of assistance from the government, but wasn't contributing back to the economy. They were sending the money elsewhere. They weren't actually contributing back to Germany. So Germany was having an issue with that, like giving a lot of social help, as far as their medical help or housing assistance to a lot of people. But a lot of
Uh,
these people weren't really how can I say this, adapting into the culture. They weren't adapting into learning German. They weren't adapting to how Germans do their stuff in their culture. A lot of them was just sticking to themselves, and then a lot of them was involved in like a lot of illegal activities. Frankfurt is a huge area where a lot of people from other areas live from across the world, and I can tell you over there in Frankfurt, they're doing a lot of crazy stuff. And I was
yeah,
there. I know all about the stuff they were doing. Trust me. So it gets deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. And
and
I don't
also
know.
the
No,
Pakistan
man.
also, they are having also this they're accepting some refugees on Pakistan also, because people is they're so desperate already to leave the
Yeah.
Afghanistan, and they are crossing over the border of Pakistan. But somehow this Pakistan government is saying just like they want to control the people because the economy won't be able to support all these people.
Well, and that's the thing you have to realize. Honestly, Pakistan and Afghanistan is one and the same. Don't think because people go to Pakistan that somehow they're safe from the Taliban. Trust me, they're there
Yeah,
just as
that's
much as they are in Afghanistan. So
yeah,
people go on to think I'm going to be safe in Pakistan, and not so quick, not so quick.
yeah.
So
But I saw one video interview with the Afghan Taliban spokesman. I don't know, guys, if you watch that video from
you should maybe share it. Maybe share it on the
yeah,
screen.
yeah,
Can you do
yeah.
that? Can you share that on the screen? Let them
I'm
see it.
trying to share it, that one from
Mhm.
60 Minutes Australia.
Hey, for those that can, please share this video. Like and share the video, please, and definitely, if people can't listen today, maybe they can come back and listen to the replay. But definitely have people come watch this video.
I will try to share this. Okay, you can just go ahead while I'm trying to figure out this one.
Okay, let me see some other things to think about with this whole situation. Well, like I was just saying, you know, people thinking they're going to Pakistan and thinking it's going to be safe there, and I'm telling you, Afghanistan, Pakistan is one of the same. It's not really much different than what it is
Mhm.
in Afghanistan. And I don't know if you know about Pakistan. If it's supposed to be such a this great Islamic country, a lot of them are involved in a lot of weird stuff going on too with the street boys. Go look at if you look on YouTube, you can look at the whole thing about Pakistan and the street kids of Pakistan, and you can see the things that they're doing to those kids. It's unbelievable. Okay, well she found something. Okay, let's let me turn down. Let me turn down my mic, mute my mic so she can play this.
Do you hear the volume, guys?
I don't hear the volume. That's what I'm trying to. I'll mute.
Do you hear it from from the stream? This is the sisters I'm talking earlier. Wait, guys, wait. Oh, too bad. Wait, guys, they have some issue because I'm using a different kind of headset, I think. The volume is not working. Sorry guys, I cannot make the volume because I'm using a different kind of headset, I guess. It's a very interesting video actually because they have this interview from the Taliban spokesperson. No, Robert Tribor, I'm talking about the video that I'm trying to share screen, but I can figure out the volume because I'm using a headset. Maybe if I remove my headset, you can hear, guys. Let me try. So can you hear now?
It began as a response to the attacks of September the 11th. Our longest war dragged on for 20 years.
Oh, okay. I can hear it, but I can't. We can't see it when it's not shared to the screen. I can hear it, but very light, and it's not shared to the
Okay,
screen.
just okay. Wait. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Mr. Shaheen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm trying.
Spokesman Suhail Shaheen, you'd think Kabul
Okay,
was
there you go.
of celebrations.
If there were not the support of the people of Afghanistan, we would not have been able to put an end to the occupation.
Is the volume okay now?
Us with their sons, and also they supported us with their money.
You expect the rest of the world to believe that the Taliban had swept to power off the back of the support of the Afghan people.
Fair use,
Yes,
fair
yes,
use
that's
too.
true.
It's not true.
If it was not the support of the people, how we can fight 54 countries of the world? Is it possible?
You've swept to power in Afghanistan because of the brutality and the barbarity of
So
your
this is the
regime, because
Afghan
you've swept through
spokesperson
regions across the
at
country,
Taliban.
killing people. There are very
No,
few
no,
choices in
no.
that country. It's either surrender
No,
or be killed. That
no.
doesn't sound like a good choice.
No. You are speaking the narrative of our opponents, like their spokesman.
We're hearing about people being targeted, being executed, people, Afghans
No.
who have served with the Allies who are being killed on the streets. The Taliban is going door to door and finding these people and killing them. What about these reports?
They are lying all the day at night to the Western media and the Western people in order to mislead the opinion of the world against us.
Do you consider women equal?
Yeah, of course, in their own way, on the basis of the Islamic rules, they have all the rights, all their basic rights.
Has the world abandoned Afghanistan?
So
Now, you're gonna expect that guy to be honest and tell you that nothing's happening, in over there in Afghanistan. You can't. Of course, he's gonna tell you they're lying. Of course, he's not gonna
yeah,
tell you that all kinds of bad things are happening. People are dying. People are getting shot because they can't cook right, or women are getting shot because they are not, they don't want to have forced sex. Of course, he's not going to tell you any of that stuff. He's going to make it to look like nothing's happened bad over there. So that's expected,
yeah.
So when the Western media reports these type of incidents, maybe some of it is maybe some of it is a little bit exaggerated, maybe not. But I will say that he can't tell me that there's perfectly nothing like everything's perfectly fine and everything's good. People are just cool with the situation. Because if that's the case, you wouldn't have all these damn people at the airport trying to get on planes. You had people falling off planes trying to get out of Afghanistan. So that shows you the level of the situation that it really is.
Yeah.
Because if you have people thinking that they can clutch on the planes and fly out of Afghanistan without falling off, the situation's bad.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think you're going to be able to hold on to an aircraft once it starts flying in the air, and you're just going to be able to hold on the whole time while it's in the air? There's no way. You're going to die. It's too much power. It's too much power, and it's too much wind speed for you to be able to hold on to that aircraft. So that's crazy. But that just shows you how bad it is over there that people are willing to commit suicide and do that kind of stuff, to
Yeah.
leave the country.
Mm-hmm. And I really like that anchor woman who spoke to that guy. That lady also is very straight.
Yeah, it's easy to be straight when you're not right in front of them. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? It's
yeah, yeah,
easy. You
yeah,
can be tough. You can be straight because you're safe where you're at. But I definitely don't think she would talk
yeah,
that tough to those kind of guys if she
yeah.
was right there in front of them. That'll be a total different situation. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of course, it's easy to tough talk. I mean, you can talk straight to them. You can bring them the hard questions because you're safe. But let's
Mm-hmm.
not get it twisted. I know for a fact she would not talk really tough like that if she was near them because, of course, something might happen to her. They don't have. They don't. It's nothing for them to smack and beat a woman. You see what I'm saying? In other countries, that's not really allowed, but over there, they don't have those type of situations where a women can go to the legal system and get that man charged with assault. That's not how it works. Over
Mm-hmm.
there, they beat you down, and that's it. You listen to what they say, and that's it. So, not too
And
many rights for a woman. I would say that. Not too many rights for females in general.
I have also this. I watched this video also with the. She is a doctor, OB-GYN, and working in I think working in public hospital, and they have this private clinic. She's a single mom, and now she's really you know scared to go out because of this Taliban. So
Well,
let
yeah.
me share the screen.
Okay, cool.
She's a doctor.
Apologist and a single mother. Zahra is not her real name. We are not disclosing her location or her place of work for her own security. Zahra, thank you very much for joining us and for agreeing to speak to us. Can you describe your situation at the moment since the Taliban have taken over Afghanistan? What have the last few days been like for you and your family?
Yeah, of course. I would like to show hello to everyone who can watch me. And we are in bad situation in Afghanistan, especially all Afghan people, especially women Afghan. They are in extremely bad situation. They lost their works, they are lost their jobs. They can't go out from their home, and also majority of women in Afghanistan are supported their families, but they are they can make money, and I don't know how they will support their families, and also they are just it's been like me. I am a doctor. I'm also an uh, activist, home activist woman in my society, but now I'm in my home. I can't go to my clinic. I can't go to hospital. I don't know what will be our future. What will be our future? The Taliban, and also the food price or become high and high, and also the security also will become worse, and Afghanistan situation goes to the worst situation. But I don't know why I don't know why the world community don't pay attention in Afghanistan, especially to in women for Afghan women. We all of Afghans lose their hopes, and they are hopeless. I
Zahra,
don't know
you are a
what will
doctor.
happen.
Zahra,
After that one,
you're a medical doctor.
Yes.
You're a gynecologist and an obstetrician.
Yes.
You're not able to go to your clinic and help your patients. Is
Fair
it
use, by the way. Fair use.
go, or is it because you're not allowed to go?
I afraid. We are afraid because the security is not good, and also the Taliban don't allow the woman to go without the without
Good night,
husband.
Gene, Sonara. Appreciate you coming through.
Those person, those women don't have a husband like me. I don't have husband. How can I go? And they will. And I afraid from them, and also the security is not good. The shouting is also like this.
And Sarah, what does
And
it
now
mean for
I'm
your
at home.
patients?
In this time,
So I
it
think
will
we got
take
the gist of this interview. We don't want to play the whole thing. I don't think.
You
I
are
think we got the
helping
gist of it,
obviously
though.
a lot of women at patient or her place of work for her own security. Sarah, thank you very much for joining us and for agreeing to speak to us. Can you describe your situation at the moment since the Taliban
Yeah, I think we got the gist of this. I mean, like I said, this is nothing new. I mean, this is something I shared on my premiere that the women are scared or afraid of the situation that they are facing right now. Of course, they have a reason to be. I mean, they had certain issues. I mean, they had certain rights that they were able to
Yeah.
enjoy before this situation. I mean, rights that they hadn't had in years. They were enjoying. So they were kind of enjoying a free, kind of a more free democracy type of living. But unfortunately, now that those things are about to change, and the world is going to be shaken up by what's going on. I can tell you that these women are in men, both and boys are in something that they never would see. They never want to be in. So
Yeah. Yes, Robert Trevor. Imagine Mads, she's scared to go out to work for you. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's she really admit that she's scared to go out because she don't have this husband to accompany her because the Taliban says just like they have this ruling that you can't go out without a man accompanying you. So actually, in the Muslim country, actually, it's really their tradition before, but as days goes by and this civilization is taking place already, somehow the other Middle East countries they already giving this different kind of rights with this woman because before in Arab countries, women cannot go and work; they will just be at home to to be at home only because they are not allowed to be seen by other men except from their husband.
yeah, I was going to ask you, Max, being that you were OFW in those countries, how was the situation for you
Mhm.
as far as what you saw, what you experienced, this
Mhm.
type of thing? You could kind of elaborate a little bit more to the audience, those that might have not, have gone to those countries. You can kind of
Yeah.
elaborate a little bit more about your situation of being there and your experience of being a female in those Middle Eastern environments.
Yeah, actually, in Arab countries, especially if you are a Muslim, you are not allowed to show off your hair. And also in Saudi, I think even if you are not a Muslim, if you go out in public, you need to cover your hair. I don't know if it's still required these days, but I seen some other people there are not wearing the hijab. They call it hijab, that one. But you need to wear the abaya, which is the black cloth they used to wear, just like the black long dress that covers your whole body, because you are not allowed to show off your figures or something like that, especially your
Yeah, the burqas. Yeah, the
backside.
burqa outfits.
You are not supposed to show off your backside. That time also I went in Iran for exit for my change visa in Dubai before. I went in Iran for just like a week or more than a week there to wait for my new visa. So you are not allowed to go out there without the head covering. You cannot show off your hair actually, and you cannot you are not allowed to wear short clothes, just like t-shirt that you cannot cover your backside. It's like it's the kind of long blouse, something like that, and you're not allowed to wear fitted kind of jeans. And Arab women, they don't really show off their face on public, even if, because before I work in a house with men workers, uh, with driver and gardener. So my lady boss cannot really show off. Not even her hair supposed to be cannot be seen by those guys.
Your lady boss, and how was she as far as with you? How did she
Lady boss, so far
treat
my
you?
lady boss is because she is professional. She's a teacher. She's very kind. She never yell or she never shout at her maids, because I worked before with another maid also, and I am the one who look after the children most of the time. So every time going out, of course. But also the tradition is really different, and even my boss, my sir, if every weekend he use this have too much gatherings, and the house is really big, the compound is really big, just like you walk 5 minutes from the kitchen to going to the reception for those dining area, and which we are going to set for just like 20 people, and you will be really exhausted, but it's kind of enjoying. I really like those kind of work, because I enjoying myself and I don't feel bored. I don't have the time to think about just like think about problems or whatever, especially the time I was facing this. I have this struggle with relationship situation that time, and I didn't mind those problems with me, because I was so busy and with all this kind of stuff. So every weekend we used to have this visitor coming in the house for lunch, and at least the least is 12 people. So it's like 5 minutes walk from kitchen to the dining area. But once the man is already there, we are not allowed to go inside the room already. So before they come in, everything must be set already. So after that, you're not allowed to go in there already. And after they finish eating, they will transfer to another room, and you can clear up the dining area, which is they are going to close their door, so the guy there, they won't able to see us. It's like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure Rita can can relate to you. I mean, she was there as well, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure she might have even more of a different experience than you. It
Mm.
seems she did
Actually,
because you
I've
never talked
been.
anything good about it. But the thing is, sounds like you, like Robert Turbo says, sounds like you were lucky compared to other, or luckier, I would say, compared to other
Mhm.
OFWs in the same situation, living in those
Yeah.
areas or living in that particular country. Because I've heard some horror stories about other OFWs in Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia, and it wasn't good. But I can tell you what, one person that's living a good life over there is Sincerely M. We see that
Mhm.
she's in
You
Saudi
know,
Arabia. She's totally different. Her situation is totally different. So
before it's just like the second time I went for Middle East is in Qatar, because I have this nice experience with my first Middle East experience is quite good. So just like I said, Lord, can you give me this bad employer and see how can I deal with them, something like that. Just like, can you give me an employer that I don't have too much food, that I don't get fat.
you said that. I wouldn't beg for that. I wouldn't ask for that because you might get exactly what you asked for. I would never
but
ask for that.
but thank God, God is so gracious. He
Right.
didn't
But
let me he didn't let me experience all those. And to be honest, actually that time I went at the Qatar. The moment I came to that house, actually I discerned already, because the time they took me from the agency, I discerned already that those people have this attitude, the way they stare at you, the way they talk, something like that. I already discern they have this attitude. But somehow, after a few months, the driver told me, since you came, this house changed really different. No more shouting, no more asking too much question. If they say we need to buy something like this, they are not asking already why so fast finish, something like that, blah blah blah, and no more shouting, no more counting eggs, no more
Yeah.
keeping Arabic bread.
Right. Well, like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely have been blessed in a lot of ways because I tell you, there's been some really bad stories, and like I said, shout out to Sincerely M. She has a great boss. Obviously, you see it by what you see her doing in her
Mm,
videos or in her little
yeah. Yeah.
uploads. I mean, she's living a life over there. So I mean, she's been blessed in a lot of ways. I told her that
Mm,
too. I said, count your blessings because I can tell you, I don't think many OFWs are doing what you're doing. So
yeah.
yeah.
Actually, the time when I was in Dubai with my first Arabic boss, I experienced also traveling abroad. Just like they brought us to Lebanon, they brought us to Turkey. So I went there in Turkey for just like a week. We stayed there for a week.
Okay.
So it's really enjoying,
All right.
but of
That's
course
awesome.
it's tiring.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, any traveling is going to be tiring, but it's
Mm,
rewarding in a sense because you get to see other
yeah.
places that you haven't been.
Mm,
You get to
yeah.
experience different cultures. All that. I love traveling. That's the one thing I really love doing. And since this pandemic, I have not been able to do much of it. But
Mm,
once this pandemic stops, I mean, once we're able to get back to normal, regular traveling, I'm going to enjoy that. I'm enjoying my time to travel. But I will
yeah.
say this: I guess we can start wrapping things up. But some of the current events we probably need to discuss before we wrap up
Mm.
things is the hurricane
Ro-
coming towards the United States, coming
yeah,
towards
Robert
Louisiana and
Tribor.
everything. So pray for these people because they're talking about a Category 4 storm
Yeah, that
coming
was very
towards.
strong. It's
Yeah,
200 something
yeah, that is not a
kilometers per
storm to
hour.
play around with. When you have a
It's
Category
really
Four
strong.
storm,
Mm-hmm.
expect there might be some loss of life. So
Mm-hmm.
one thing we have to remember is that don't just think about Afghanistan and all the negative stuff going on there. There's a lot of other crazy stuff going on, and it's the climate change. A lot of the
Yeah,
global
it's really the
warming.
climate change.
Yeah, people. The human beings are pretty much a lot of the cause of the climate change. So one thing you have to remember is
Yeah,
that you
actually, I
know,
was talking with my boss earlier. She said because she started to fell sick also. Then I said, "Oh no, please don't get sick." I'm telling her, "Please don't get sick." And she said, "No, because this past few days it's get get cold so fast. It's not yet mid autumn." And I said, "Yeah, that is the climate change." And he said,
yeah,
"Yeah, it's the weather changed so quick."
yep. Don't forget about the people in Madagascar that's dealing with the famine situation there because they haven't had rain in years and years and years. So they have a drought for their
Mm-hmm.
for their their crops and things that they
Mm-hmm.
normally would use to grow their crops and grow their food sources. So don't forget about them. We have that going on. Don't forget about the people in Haiti. We already know that the
Yeah.
hurricane was there. I mean, the earthquake was there, and also not only that, but the tropical storms. So they've dealt with quite a bit in Haiti. So don't forget about all those people that lost their lives and lost their houses and
You
this
see.
type of thing. Look at
Last
that! Look at that! You
July,
see that?
Hurricane Ida hit the Caribbean islands southwest, toppling trees and tearing roofs off homes.
Strong winds have been whipping all
You
over.
count your blessings, Robbie. You're lucky.
Winds
See?
of nearly 130 kilometers an hour forced people to
Wow.
take cover, but many felt relief, saying it could have been worse. The Category 1 hurricane is now heading for the United States, but expected to make landfall as a Category
See,
4.
it's going to landfall.
A major storm heading our way. We are activating every single resource at our disposal. So
What up, Troll Lord? You're here late, bro. I see you though. Appreciate you.
from Mississippi
Hey,
to Florida,
Bitcoin
states are
L,
on
thank you
high
so much for
alert
being
with the U.S.
here.
National Hurricane Center warning of catastrophic danger. Winds are expected to reach
Just
up
see
to
how
225
those strong
kilometers an hour
winds.
before Ida makes landfall along the Gulf Coast late on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Life-threatening
See, a
storms
lot
are
of times the winds already start off small. They start off small, and as they reach the ocean,
underground.
that's when they start picking up more power. And then as they come across the ocean and hit landfall landscapes, and that's when they do their damage. And it only breaks down when it starts to move across the land. So
Yeah.
right now, yeah, it's gonna get worse as it as it
Declared a
uh
state of emergency
as it
and
picks
tells
up.
tens of thousands of people to batten down or evacuate immediately. Hurricane Ida is the ninth named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season and is expected to make landfall 16 years to the day that Hurricane Katrina struck. A
So
day no one wants to relive.
another top story that people might not know about is they're claiming that China is now counterfeiting. They have people that are counterfeiting
Oh,
pandemic,
yeah.
the actual COVID vaccine cards. They're now counterfeiting those cards so that people can have them to pretend that they actually got the vaccine shots. Now that's a big scam going on right now. That they have Chinese people are actually counterfeiting vaccine cards to
Mm-hmm.
sell to people, saying that they have the vaccine. So
I don't know
appreciate you, Robert Sherman.
if you watch that. Where is it?
Yeah, we're about to end this shortly, but we really appreciate everyone that came through and supported this actual stream. Definitely like, share, and definitely subscribe to my girl Mads. And like I said,
Robert Tribor, take care, Mads and Kenny. Rita,
yeah,
I'm going to eat early dinner. Bye all. Thank you so much for being here, Robert Tribor. I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah, definitely
And Bitcoin L, thank you so much for being here.
appreciate you coming through, Bitcoin. If everyone wants to go check out For the Record TV channel too, that's my team, Bitcoin L,
Yeah,
Third World
Bitcoin
Caribbean.
L.
If y'all want to go subscribe, check out the channel. I've always put it in my I'm pretty sure they might go live today. Most of y'all will probably be snoring by then, but
Mm-hmm.
they usually go live around 4 or 5 Eastern time. Around that time is
Mm-hmm.
normally when they go live. But if you want, you can go check them out for sure. Check them out.
I saw they have one more interesting.
Thanks, Shaman. I appreciate you, brother. Next time, I definitely want you to come up too, man. Shaman probably could have given some good information, being that he was in the military himself, so he understands what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know if Shaman, you're still there.
Yeah, he's right there. I see him.
Do you want to come up the panel, Shaman, and join us
If he doesn't,
here?
then I guess we'll just go ahead and. If he doesn't want to, I don't blame. If he doesn't want to, we'll go ahead and start closing it down. But other than that, it's
Where
been a
is
good
that?
discussion for sure.
I wanted to share about the one I shared, the link I shared you before about the China, the fentanyl.
Oh, the fentanyl. Yeah, that's another. I think Shaman and Bitcoin L definitely knows about this. How there's a
Wait,
huge problem with fentanyl in America. And
I'm
I hate to say
looking
it, but
back
it's
for
mostly
that one.
fentanyl is a huge drug issue in the States. And I hate to say it, mostly it's happens to be in the white communities. There's a lot of fentanyl use in the white communities. And there have been a lot of people dying of that as well. The fentanyl use and the fake fentanyl, because they've been selling the fake stuff. So
Mhm.
fentanyl is definitely a drug that has been addicting, and it's been killing a lot of people within the United States. I don't know how bad it is in other countries, but definitely in the United States, there's a high use of fentanyl, and a lot of people have died from using it because it's so addicting. And of
Mhm.
course, them smuggling this stuff from over in China, not
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, you know. And since we're on Afghanistan, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we were in Afghanistan anyway, is for the opium. they sell a lot of opioids. You know, the opium
Oh.
is how they make heroin and all that kind of stuff, and fentanyl too. So that this is one thing you got to realize is that a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the drugs are coming from out of Afghanistan. They smuggle the drugs from out of Afghanistan and into other countries, like Russia, for instance, who gets their drugs from Afghanistan, and it's been really, devastating on Russia because there's such a high use of heroin over there. A lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
dying, and they're dying from this heroin called crocodile heroin. And if you don't know what crocodile heroin is, you really need to see what this is and how it devastates people. Crocodile heroin is no joke. Definitely need to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you all get a chance, look up crocodile heroin in Russia, and you'll see exactly the devastating results that it does to people. And that particular heroin is produced from the opioids, from the opium out of Afghanistan. All of the plants out of Afghanistan. So
Shaman, I think you covered what I would have said.
that's cool, Shaman. That's cool.
Yeah, I
But
was I was looking back for that one. Wait, I see if I can find, because I actually I am more on international news than in my local news,
yeah,
especially in the Philippines when it comes to politics. I'm not really in the politics, so
I know you should have been in you sound like you should have been a political science major because you really
no,
like the politics and what's going on with the globe and all that kind of stuff. You really should be in politics. I really think you could have done well in political science. I think that should have been your major for sure.
really.
Yeah, I can see you doing that because you're into that kind of stuff. You're into that kind of studies. You're into that kind of stuff going on. So
But
it seems like you could do a lot of good in political science.
hmm. Oh no, I think they took down that video. I don't see it now.
Hmm.
I couldn't find on my watch history also. I didn't clear my watch history because I said I wanted to share that one. I
Hmm.
wanted to show that one, but I went to the channel itself now. I couldn't find.
Okay. Well,
Maybe they took it down.
maybe. Well,
So,
so I think we covered everything, huh?
yes.
I think we pretty much covered everything. And like I said, I
Yeah.
really appreciate everybody for coming through, listening, supporting Mad Blog. She does, this is she doesn't do much of a live stream much. And like I said, I'm a person. Me personally, I'm going to start doing LS. I'm going to start doing some research on setting up my LS and everything and getting the everything ready to go so that I can all definitely give you all a good live stream every time I come on. So that
Mhm.
being said, I appreciate you having me up, Matt, and I appreciate those in the chat that supported the stream.
Yes. Yes. I appreciate you coming on the panel as well.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step down. And I'm gonna let you speak to the people about coming through for your live stream. This is your closing show, so I'll go ahead and step down and let you close out the show. All right. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Take
Thank you
care, my
so
friend.
much. Thank
Yep.
you. So, shout out to Shaman and all the people out down there. Lovely Rita, thank you so much for staying up late for this live stream. And Bitcoin L, thank you so much for being here. I know it's a good friend of Kenny Conjo. You can support him also, guys. And Shaman, a lot of heroin comes from Afghanistan. Yeah, and you know what? Before, when I was in Middle East, I actually saw women being jailed there for illegal drugs because they are trying to carry illegal drugs, and they are in Middle East for transit. And actually, these women, they are mostly Africans. They are mostly Africans, and some of them are still young, just like early 20s. And I spoke to them one time. They say, I asked them, they said that you are not scared of doing this kind of business or work. Then they said that it's where we earn big money. Shaman, these are concerning times. Thanks for connecting. Good night, guys. Good night, lovely Rita. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I know you don't really like those topic, but thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support. And oh, Kenny Conjo, thank you so much for that one, for the super sticker. And actually, when I was still in high school, even the marijuana, or the, what do you call this in English? The other term, the one we called in Philippines marijuana. I don't really know what does it looks like, but is my dad used to travel before in mountain province, and wait, let me find cannabis. Yeah, it's cannabis. Yala, good night, Kenny. Thanks for being here. I'll be ending soon. I don't really know what this cannabis looks like, but my dad said, because before he's a bus driver, and he traveled to Mountain Province, which is really the well-known cannabis plantation in the Philippines. And he said that if you are on top of the hill, you can see from down the trees of this cannabis. You can really see. But actually, these illegal drugs, it's been since when I was in elementary. We've been talking about this one already, but until now, until then, they have these different kinds of illegal drugs, which are really destroying the young ones. And a lot of people is being influenced by this illegal drug, and a lot of families being destroyed. So that's it for tonight, guys, I think. And it's already 2 o'clock here. So, no, it's 1 o'clock a.m. And tomorrow is Sunday. Today is Sunday, actually. It's Sunday already. Irene Iglesia, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much. This live stream went turns out to be good. Thanks for the company of Mr. Kenny Conjo, which is the main idea of this live stream as well. So he cannot leave me alone on the panel, otherwise I will kill him. Salamat host. You're welcome, Irene Iglesia. Thank you so much for the support. Where is your location, Irene Iglesia? You're welcome, Shaman. Flexibilia. Hello, Kapsat. Thank you so much for staying there. And I hope you guys enjoy the content for tonight's LS. Actually, it's a random topic with the good guy, which is really knowledgeable. He knows all this kind of stuff. Yeah, Shaman, thank you so much. When will you gonna do your? I know you're not really in on YouTube, and Mi Amor for sure now is deeply snoring. Yeah, if this live stream turns to be good, maybe I'll be doing more often live streaming. But the only problem with me is my timing, and I have this boss. and it's a long time I didn't use StreamYard, so just like I'm not so familiar with this again. But anyhow, it turns to be good with all the sharing of this screen, all those great videos. And that's all for tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and support all the peoples. Let's support each other, and don't forget to pray for all these brethren who are suffering so much. Thank you so much, Trixie Villa. It's okay lang po. You don't have to replay. But I would appreciate that kind of support. Thank you so much po. God bless. Let's don't forget to pray for the Afghanistan people and all the peoples who are really suffering these days, and also those COVID-19 patient and all the frontliners. We should include them in our prayers because they really need our prayers. Okay, you can drop your link. I'll be ending soon. Erin Iglesia, you can just drop your link because it's already 1 o'clock, and compassion and prayers. Yes, actually, we started August 1st. We had this 21 prayer and communion every 9 o'clock in the night. It's for 21 days. We finished last 21, so actually they have a lot of answered prayers, the miracles. Shaman out, don't forget to comment down below. Irene Iglesia, actually, Shaman is not a content creator. They are a good supporter. I think also Trixie Villa, she's not a content creator actually. They are just genuine supporters. Please don't drop it that much. One at a time, please. Lovely Rita is a content creator, but most of the people here earlier, they are not content creator. They are. You can check out Kenny Conjo and yeah, Kenny Conjo and Lovely Rita is the only content creator that I think is here earlier. And Bitcoin L, you can check him out. Robert Chibor is not a content creator, but he's a good supporter. Lovely Rita, thank you so much, Cece. It's time to sleep now because tomorrow is Sunday, and we'll definitely catch up with your live stream if ever you will. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. God bless. And once again, this is Maz Vlog signing off.